Welcome back to beautiful Superstition Mountain. In our last video, we talked about how the longest players create the most early hand speed. And what we discussed is that they do it not by using their hands and arms, they do it by reflexing their body into the ground and beginning to unwind. So now let's talk about how that same player, once they've reflexed into the ground and they started to unwind and they have this retained angle, how do they get it to unload for maximum speed? So let's take a look at a Gears 3D model and we'll be able to see exactly what's going on. So here we have a Gears illustration of a professional golfer who makes quite a lot of clubhead speed. 26 miles an hour of grip speed. And here we're going to show you how he turns that into clubhead speed. Now you'll see in transition, if you pay attention to the dots, you can see how his centers of mass are lowering. So his lower center is lowering, his chest is lowering, and his upper center up in his shoulders is lowering in transition. And you can really see that clearly. Now, as his hands come down, you can see for the first part of the downswing, his hands are making somewhat of a straight line. It's curved, but it's not a really sharp bend. Now, as his hands approach their low point here, you can see the butt end of the golf club right there is about as low as it's going to get, and that's just about at the right foot. And at this point in time, you can see how high up the head of the golf club still is. So there's a lot of retained angle there. And that was retained because of the way he transported the hands down by compressing into the ground and allowing his right arm to lose a little bit of the angle, which kept the hands traveling in a fairly straight line coming down. Now, if you look at those dots, you can see how on the right they start to push back and up. So you can really see that clearly. The lines are going back and up, which is causing the handle to be pulled up. And you can see as it comes out on the other side how it's much higher than it was over on this side. So the handle's being pulled up and back, which is causing that head to be slingshotted out into the golf ball. It's called curving the hub path. And you can really see it in the picture on the left. You can see how the centers of mass, so you've got the three dots, you've got the lower center, the rib cage, and the upper center, which is between the shoulders. You can see as he is coming down, he's moved as far forward as he's going to move by about left arm parallel, and now he begins to bend that path. So you can see his centers backing up. So his upper center is backing up, and it coincides with the club going down and out. That's the magic. That's how the longest players create speed. So in that Gears model, you could see that that player reflexed down in transition, created a lot of early speed. Their hands reached the low point long before the club head reached its low point. And what they do to convert that energy into speed is they begin to move the hands, or in golf terminology, the hub path, up and in, which creates the unloading of the shaft. So as my hands reach their low point here and begin to move up and in, that causes the hinge, this lever, to unload. And it's timed perfectly so maximum speed happens through the golf ball. So I'll hit one to demonstrate here.
And you'll clearly be able to see that as I do that, my hands reach their low point long before the club head. The club head's still up here, my hands have reached their low point, and they're working up as the club head works down and out into the golf ball, which is what creates the speed. Now what creates the upward motion of the hands? It's the way my body pivots. So my body is, because it's reflexed, it's now prepared to start to push up and back and away on the same angle that the club is working down and out on. So it's working, your hands are working up, back, and away on this angle, and the head is working out like this. So it works as a couple, it causes it to unload with more speed. And that's how they do it.